On her wedding day, Valeria realized something terrifying. She didn't love the man she was about to marry. And the worst part, it was already too late to stop. Everyone around her was smiling, saying she was lucky, a perfect man, a perfect life, a future already decided. But standing at the altar, looking at him, there was only one thought in her mind. I don't feel anything. Mateo was everything people admired. Successful, calm, respectful. The kind of man families approve of immediately. He never raised his voice, never created problems, never gave her a reason to doubt him. And that was exactly why everyone said she was lucky. Because on paper, he was perfect. But loving him didn't feel real. It felt controlled, predictable, like she was living a life that made sense to everyone else, except her. And maybe that's why she didn't fall in love with Mateo. She chose him. After years of instability, after relationships that only brought chaos, he felt safe, and safety can look a lot like love when you're tired. Before Mateo, there was someone else, Adrian. He wasn't stable. He wasn't predictable, but he was real. With him, everything felt intense, alive, and that terrified her. That's why she walked away from Adrian. Not suddenly, not impulsively. It was a decision she built slowly, convincing herself it was the right thing to do. Because loving him didn't feel safe. It felt uncertain, uncontrolled, like something that could fall apart at any moment. And she didn't want that kind of life anymore. She wanted something stable, something that wouldn't hurt. So she chose Mateo, not because she didn't love Adrian, but because she did. And loving him felt like risking everything. At first, everything made sense. Life with Mateo was exactly what she expected. Organized, predictable, peaceful. They built routines together. Morning coffee in silence. Dinners planned in advance. Weekends that always looked the same. Nothing unexpected ever happened. Nothing broke. Nothing changed. Months passed, then a year, then 2. And the strange part was, nothing was wrong. Mateo treated her well. He listened. He showed up. He stayed. But something was missing. Not visibly, not loudly, but constantly. There was no tension, no excitement, no feeling she couldn't explain, just stability. And slowly, that stability started to feel empty. One night, Mateo looked at her a little longer than usual. "You've been distant lately," he said. His voice wasn't accusing, just observant. Valeria smiled. "I'm just tired." It was the easiest answer, the safest one, the kind that keeps everything in place. But deep down, she knew it wasn't true. Because you don't get tired of something you truly love. You don't feel disconnected from something real. And for the first time, she stopped blaming herself. It happened on a normal day. Nothing special. Nothing different. Just a song playing somewhere in the background. One she hadn't heard in years. And without warning, everything shifted. She wasn't in her house anymore. She wasn't sitting next to Mateo. She was somewhere else, in another time, with another version of herself, laughing, feeling, living something that didn't feel controlled. And for a moment, she forgot where she was, because that feeling was something she hadn't felt in a long time. That night, she didn't sleep, not because something happened, but because something became clear. For the first time in years, she allowed herself to think about it honestly. She didn't miss Adrian, not the person, not the relationship. She missed who she was when she was with him, the version of herself that felt alive, uncertain, emotional, real. And that realization was harder to ignore than any memory. Weeks later, it happened. Not planned, not expected. She saw him across the street. Adrian. Different. Older. More grounded. But his presence felt exactly the same. And in that moment, everything she thought she had buried came back. Not as pain, but as clarity. They didn't rush into words. They stood there for a moment, just looking at each other, like both of them understood this wasn't a simple encounter. They talked, not about the past, not about what happened, just small things, careful words, measured silence. But underneath all of that, something remained unfinished. "Are you happy?" he asked. And for the first time, Valeria didn't have an answer. That question followed her home. It sat with her at dinner. It stayed in the silence between conversations. Because happiness isn't something you should have to think about. You don't analyze it. You don't justify it. You either feel it or you don't. And the more she thought about it, the clearer it became. She had built a life that made sense, but didn't feel real. Days later, Mateo said something that broke everything. "I feel like I'm losing you." There was no anger in his voice, just honesty. And this time, Valeria didn't lie. "You never had me." For the first time in years, Valeria stopped choosing what felt safe. She stopped choosing what looked right. She stopped choosing what made sense to everyone else. And instead, she chose something unfamiliar, something uncomfortable, something real, the truth. She didn't run back to Adrian. She didn't stay with Mateo. She didn't replace one life with another. She chose something harder, herself, because sometimes the real love story isn't about choosing someone else. It's about finally choosing you.